I was in a place called Yallo in Afar in 1973. My life totally changed because as a nurse, I saw people starve to death. I didn't know that could possibly happen. I had no imagination about that when I was living in Sydney. One mother brought me the baby in the early morning, that baby died. The child in the midday, that child died, and the child at sunset died. 3 children from one family, from one mother, dying of malnutrition. I just could not take the idea of this amazing amount of injustice. My name is Valerie Browning, but as the Afar know me, Malika, and I'm their program coordinator. The Afar, by history and by their environment and by everything that you can, makes them up, they're pastoralists. A pastoralist is a person whose livelihood is dependent on his herd, moving place to place for water and for grazing. Afar are actually, to my mind, having lived with them for 30 years, ecologists. They love their environment backwards. They know every tree, every grass, every rock, everything about their environment. They want to preserve it. And they have rules and regulations in their tradition to do that. And that's really why they do move, so that at any one time they don't destroy the environment of the trees, the grass, the whatever's around. They move on to let it rejuvenate. Challenges in Afar are huge. Climate change is as obvious as breathing here. It's really, really here. Temperatures are higher. Rain seasons have gone from 4 a year down to 2. Rain seasons are much more violent. A lot of people die of lightning strike. It's a lot different than when I came. I've been here 30 years. When I came, they had so much milk from their animals that they were able to literally play with it. Today, maybe 6 months of the year, children, mothers, everybody are not drinking milk. And so we've gone from being very well off to being a community who are living in malnutrition, threatened by thirst, threatened by the herd loss itself, and not being able to get into the market. So that opens the whole thing of their challenges. Very few Afar drink protected water, so diseases spread easily. Vaccination, you need to take a mobile cold chain, you need to take a refrigerator with a generator, as we've just done 2 days ago to 2 districts, to keep the ice going so you can go house to house vaccinating children. Otherwise they're dying of measles, dying of whooping cough. APDAR came into a world of challenges. We were 34 Afar and we eventually were the beginning of APDAR. We were voluntary. We came into a community of pastoralists who'd never learned to read and write before, never had education, never had health, and were not connected to the cash market. We work where the government doesn't work. So all over Afar, in the far rural areas, they know our organisation, and we are trying to see that the people get what should be their basic human rights. That's what we'd like to see. APDAR's at a crossroad of changing strategy to make greater sustainability, to build up community resilience and capacity to manage their own affairs. Really manage their own affairs. That has to really happen in a big way. We can't just be in-out people at all. Most NGOs are in-out, most. And this cannot go on. It cannot go on. What we're talking about is community development. if we are really committed to community development, then we're committed to them developing to the stage they need to, getting all basic human rights. And I wonder how much of that commitment there is in the world. I wonder. They look after each other. We have this enormous community kind of family idea. I mean, I feel like I am the top privileged Australian that there is.